Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning back into the channel, much appreciated. And time for today's video on a topic that I've heard people bring up a lot over the years, and that is can women anglers compete with men on the tour level? And thought we'd have a little discussion about that, sort of give you my point of view on it, and be interested in yours as well. And a couple of things before we get started here, just wanted to remind you guys we've got our monthly giveaway of Bridgeford Sweet Baby Ray beef jerky. We're going to be giving away a case of beef jerky at the end of next week. All you have to do to be eligible to win that case of jerky is subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I think 60% of the people that watch the videos that I put out are not subscribed to the channel, so much appreciated if you guys could hit that subscribe button and have a chance to win that jerky. So, okay, let's start conversation here about women anglers and pro fishing. I've ever since I've been around pro fishing, which has been a long time, I've been aware of women's tournament angling. And back when I started, back in the early 80s, late 1970s, that was sort of the heyday of the women's circuit. There was a circuit called Bass and Gals. I think there was a couple other ones too. And there were quite a few women out there that had, national notoriety because of it. You had Penny Berryman. She was a mainstream, professional women's angler out there. You had Linda England and Freda Lee. They were sort of they fished individually on the Bass and Gals, but they were sort of a promotional team. You had Jimmy Houston's wife, Chris. Had a lot of different women that had sponsorship deals and were well known nationally about that. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure what it was, but the Bass and Gals tournament circuit, sort of fell by the wayside a few years after that, and it's never really gotten picked up again. And I don't understand that, because there are so many female anglers out there that love to fish tournaments, that are unbelievably good anglers, and I've always wondered why there wasn't some type of a top tour level type circuit for the women out there, and there's so many great advantages to that. But the question that I want to talk about today is can women compete with men on the tour level circuits, that type of thing? And here's my point of view on it. Absolutely they can. There's no reason that just because somebody's female and somebody's male that they can't excel in the sport of professional angling. I think what the difference is, I think that why you haven't seen any women compete on the tour level out there, like the Bassmaster Elites, or some of the and qualify for the Bassmasters Classic, although there what I can't remember her name from Georgia. It's on the tip of my tongue. Don't think about it here in a minute. She did qualify through one particular I think it was the women's circuit had a qualifier, and so there's been one female angler in the Bassmasters Classic. Now, the thing about that, as far as why there hasn't been more professional women anglers on the circuit, I think there's a couple different reasons on there. It has nothing to do with their skill level or their ability to compete. I think a lot of it starts when women are younger. They're not exposed to that tournament type competition, the tournament level competition, as frequently as guys are. Yeah, there's some girls out there that their dads fish and they've got involved with it and they fish in tournaments too, but it's not even close to having the same extent of like those formative years as far as getting some type of an interest or love in bass fishing. I think that's a big part of it. Secondly, with that, I think that one of the other issues you have out there is that if you do have a female angler that wants to pursue professional fishing, there's not a big support group out there of other female anglers like that, that they can basically network with. One of the big keys on doing well in professional fishing, particularly starting out, is having a network of friends that you can trust, that you can bounce ideas off of, that you travel together with, that you guys, if somebody needs something, then the other person's always there. And I don't see there being enough interest in the sport, to get that, that type of networking amongst female anglers. Another aspect with it, I think, that holds a lot of them back is the physical strength aspect of it. And this is something that can easily be overcome. I think one of the things that you see with a lot of female anglers is, and not that it has a big impact to play, but sometimes it does, as far as being able to get out there and physically throw like a deep diving crankbait for 8 hours a day for a solid week, or being able to throw a 6-ounce swim bait, 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, or driving a boat in super rough water. I think that that's one thing that a lot of women lack, is just that physical endurance and strength. But not to say that they can't have it. Women can hit the gym, get in the gym, and they can be equal to or stronger than men. My wife is a competitive powerlifter. She can squat over 400 pounds. So I don't know any any man friend around me that can squat 400 pounds that my wife can. So that's definitely something that can be overcome as far as hitting that gym, getting strong like that, to be able to endure that type of thing. The next part of it is just the element of the travel that goes with it. Professional angling is, you're basically a truck driver. You're driving all over the country. You're in a strange environment. You're in strange towns. You're in sketchy situations sometimes. And I think there's a lot of issues out there as far as that maybe intimidate a lot of female anglers to basically have to get out there and hit the road and, be on their own in some type of sometimes, dangerous situations out there. I mean, there's no question about it. It can be dangerous out there. I think that's one thing that holds anglers back, holds female anglers back. But as far as the other part of it, as far as the mental part of it, being able to understand fish movement, fish behavior, break down seasonal patterns, detect strikes, all that, there's no difference between a man and a woman. That women have the same skills that men do, and they even have maybe greater skills as far as having the sensitivity to detect strikes better, that type of a thing. So my opinion on the thing is there's absolutely no reason, there's no limitation, there's no reason why that women cannot attain tour level status, qualify for Bassmasters Classics every year, win tournaments consistently, and become as successful as any top male angler. There's no reason out there above that, other than some of the setbacks that I mentioned there, which every one of those setbacks can be overcame. But the thing about that is, in order to overcome those setbacks that I just mentioned, I mean, that takes a lot of passion, that takes a lot of commitment, that takes a lot of desire, that takes a big support group that, simply a lot of women just don't have. And I think that's one of the reasons that, you've never seen, women, actually attain the same level of success on the tour level as men have. And like I said, this is no bias to that, because, I have, just as much respect for any women anglers as I do any man angler as far as their ability to catch fish. So it's sort of an interesting study with that. I'm really surprised that there hasn't been a female angler out there that has emerged, sort of like Tiger Woods emerged to reach a completely different level in golf. I'm really surprised there hasn't been a female angler out there that has emerged and been able to transcend all those challenges that I talk about, that had everything lined up as well, that had the physical and mental and emotional and logistical, everything like that simply under control, and the passion and drive and desire, to be a top level angler. That really amazes me, that. And I have no doubt at some point down the road somebody like that is going to emerge. And there's so many women out there that love to fish. I mean, the market is out there for them. I'm not necessarily saying there has to be a women's circuit. I think that women and men can compete on the same circuit. I have no prejudice, no bias on that whatsoever, and no one else I know does. I don't know any other men that do that. All the guys I know out there, they welcome, and they're, super, friendly, and they do anything they can to, encourage, women to get into the sport more. Maybe one day you'll happen. That's actually how I met my wife, Kim. I saw a picture of her. She was holding up a big smallmouth bass. That's what got, us hooked up and everything. So, anyway, just a few thoughts on that thing. So overall, to finish the gist of it is yes, to answer the question of the title of this video, yes, women can compete just as equally as any man out there on the top level of tournament fishing. There's nothing out there that holds them back. There's no ceiling. There's no limitation. There's nothing out there that stood in the way of that, aside from the variables that I talked about that are controlled variables that every single woman out there has the ability to control and rise above. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, I fully expect at some point there'll be a women angler that wins national tournaments, qualifies for the classic, wins the classic, anything like that. But let me know what you guys think on that. I'd be curious to know. And if there's any women anglers watching it, let me know your opinion on watching this. Let me know your opinion on that too. But I thought it'd be an interesting topic to talk about, and it's that's something that's the question that's been asked for the past 30 years. So anyway, guys, hope you all doing good, and we'll keep y'all updated. I'm getting ready to leave for the Bassmaster, or actually when this video comes out, I'll be on my way to the Pickwick Bassmaster Open. I'll give you guys a pre-tournament update, pre-tournament practice, film everything, film the tournament. Hopefully my GoPro camera won't fall into the lake like it did the last tournament and lose all my video. So we'll keep you guys updated. Talk to you later.